They say that I'm free because they released me from my chains. In all actuality, I'm not, because they never released me from my pain. Is it a difference whether you receive a life sentence that makes the limits of your world a prison, or if your world became a prison when your sentence was simply living? They no longer whip me literally. Nowadays, they do it systematically and figuratively. Yes, they've unleashed me and said I was free, but how can that be? How can I be free when every move or decision I make gets restricted by programmed hate? They say that I'm free because they've released me from my chains. In all actuality, I'm not, because they never released me from my strains. I'm stuck on their land with laws being designed daily just for me. So tell me, how could I be free? I can't walk down the street, shop, or even eat without the police harassing me. So tell me, how can I be free? The Constitution says I have the freedom of speech, but they even took that from me. By overemphasizing what I decree and over-exaggerating what I state, they say I'm politically incorrect or making threats just to place my limbs back in the chains. Fools say this time ain't about nothing. You must be trying to convince yourself, because you're sure not fooling me. Time is of the essence. It's one of life's essentials that cannot be replaced. Wasted time is mentally debilitating and emotionally a drain. If it ain't about nothing, I can't tell by that look on your face. They say that I'm free because they released me from my chains. In all actuality, I'm not. They just put me in new restraints. You don't have to commit a crime or be locked behind walls to do time. Just check out the masses with menial 9-to-5s. So just because I'm not in bondage does not mean I am free. If free means paying the price just for utilizing my rights in order to live a simple life, then freedom may come at a cost that is way too high. When your mind, body, and soul are at ease, that's when your freedom has been achieved.
I created If We Would as a reminder to all of the parents of the world that our children are and should always be our top priorities, especially us as incarcerated parents. Being a father of 3, I understand the importance of a father's presence in a child's life. And by being incarcerated, I am failing them. I am sending them the wrong message by being here and not there. A few months ago, I was on the phone with my 12-year-old daughter and my 10 and 9-year-old sons when my daughter asked me when I was coming home because she said she needed me. My 10-year-old told me that he was upset with me for not being there. And my 9-year-old asked me, how could I be a good role model from jail? That was the most hurtful conversation that I've ever had in my life. And that conversation was the inspiration for my poem. We try to justify our actions by claiming we did what we did for our families. But in the end, we're only making their lives worse. Our actions lead to us abandoning our loved ones. Instead of us taking care of our families are taking care of us. Our children are missing a vital piece of their lives. Their protectors, their providers, and their guides, us, their fathers. Their futures lie in our hands, and our futures lie in theirs. Most of the issues that plague our children are due to their lack of morals, values, respect, accountability, responsibility, and drive. Our children lack those qualities because we as their leaders lack those qualities. Our children lack because we've slacked. We slacked when it came time to spend valuable time with them that's needed to promote these qualities. We slacked when it came time to educate ourselves so that we could educate them. We didn't adhere to our mothers, fathers, grandmothers, or grandfathers' teachings of morals or their showings of valuable behavior. We slacked in keeping up with our responsibilities. We failed to hold ourselves accountable for our poor decision-making. And unfortunately, some of us still lack the drive and ambition that's needed to promote those qualities. Our children will learn these things only if we would. If we would. If we would put our money on our minds instead of our minds on our money, we get rich quicker. If we would turn our sense into knowledge, our cents will become dollars, and we'd inevitably control all of the power. If we would stop placing the blame to avoid being ashamed of us not properly guiding our kids, they'd have a better chance to live. If we would teach our children true history, definitely about their ancestry, then our future would know where it began. If we would spend more time with our daughters, treat them like they were royal, then they'd know what to expect when they're courted. If we would teach our sons to be noblemen, then the cycle of lost boys will not occur again, and our societies of suffering will come to an end. If we would walk tall and strive instead of just trying to survive, then we would know how it feels to be alive.
For my actions, the reaction punished more than me. An attraction to instant satisfaction separated a family. Compassion lacking within a fraction, our lives were to drastically change. Wanting things when I wanted them, never considering whom would share in my pain. You would think I would have learned by now, but they say things come in threes. 3 numbers, 3 counts, 3 hots in the cot. Well, I guess I'm living the dream. The chances I've taken, the mistakes I've making, have me where I sit today. In the beginning, life was great. I had the world within my grasp, till addiction came in, taking my mom for a spin, ruining every dream I ever had. Was forced to take on more than I was supposed to, felt my shoulders could only bear so much, alone in a world so cold, wanting the warmth of my mother's touch. With time, my heart grew colder, anger replacing every emotion I had, a child in a grown man's game, and to think, at 12 and a half, I became a dad. A baby having a baby. I had not a clue what to do for this child to come. She came into this world screaming in 92. When I met her, my heart was done. Some say their children changed them. I lost some friends on her first day home. Moves had to change, things weren't the same. Had more of a life to care for than my own. In the streets, I was an animal. At home, I took off that mask, wishing time would stand still just in those moments. Man, she grew up so fast. Had I had a positive mentor, I probably wouldn't be speaking to you in Browns. There's a reason for you hearing this, though. It's up to you what you do with it now. Are you listening?
Did you hear me?
You need to hear us.
The children are watching.